Everything good in my life was built after 6 p.m. Yeah.Office empty, and the cleaners come through. Miguel says goodnight, and he says it like it's true. Screen glow blue on a face that's committed. Nobody promoted me for anything I've submitted yet. That's the word that keeps the chair from tipping. Yeah, it's a garden, and I'm watering the clip in. Boss doesn't know that the thing that I'm building started as a doodle in the margin of a meeting. 6 months of nights, and it's actually running. Nothing about excellence is fast or is stunning. It's a person in a room at an hour that's stupid, doing the same thing until the thing is included. Clock says late, hands say more. Something's opening the door, not for glory, not for pay, just to see what it can say. Overtime bloom, opening at 10. Everything I planted in the darkest, flowering again. Nobody was watching, that's the reason it is mine. Based beneath the office like a root beneath a vine. Call it wasted evenings, call it what it grew. That's a whole life coming through. Sub hums low in an empty floor. Low end blooming out the door. Feel the night become a store. Presented it Monday and the room got quiet. Boss said who helped you and I said nobody. Tried it with me, I just kept at it in hours. Nobody counted, now the whole department has a thing that is mounted. Race came later and the race wasn't the payment. The payment was the proof of what a nighttime arrangement. And if you're building something no one asked you to make, if you're tired of living with a lot of say, nobody to ever validate it until it exists. That's the cruel and beautiful arrangement of this. Keep going in the dark. The bloom is torn. Bloom in the overtime, opening at last. Everything I watered in the quiet grew up fast. Nobody assigned it, that's exactly why it's real. Bass beneath the keyboard like a slow and rising wheel. Call the hours it, call the nights absurd. That's a garden nobody preferred. Everything good in my life is still being built tonight. Everything good in my life is still being built tonight. Hey, 4 inches of speaker, and the whole park heard it. Phone on the bench with a crack down the middle. Playing the song like it's solving a riddle. Sound like a wasp in a jar full of pennies. Everybody dancing and there really are many. Nobody brought equipment, nobody brought money. That's how you know that the evening got funny. Rich kids ran a whole system in December. 50 people came and there's nothing to remember. We had a phone and a fence and a Tuesday. 200 strangers who all found the same way. Loud as it was, loud as the wanting. Everything else is just equipment and flaunting. Turn it up, it's gonna clip. Let it break, don't fix the trip. This session is a kind of yes. Smallest thunder makes the mess. Pocket thunder rattling the bench. Everything you know started from a tiny wrench. Nobody funded this, nobody approved. Bass in the speaker that was never built to move. Call it cheap, it moved 400 feet. That's the whole engineering of a street. Sub tries hard through a plastic grill. Low and bigger than the box can fill. Feel it breaking, love it still.
Yeah, cop rolled by and he lowered his window. Listen for a second and he let the thing go. Even the Lord knows a good night when it's happening. Nothing about joy has ever needed a cabin. Battery died at 11:57. Everybody grown and the zombie sang 7. So if you're waiting on the money or the gear, on the perfect setup in the perfect right here.
The song doesn't care what it's coming out of. The people don't care, they just wanna be moved. Press play on the cheap thing, that's the proof. Thunder from a pocket, blowing out the seam. Everything expensive, never made a better scene. Nobody remembers what the system was worth. Bass through a phone speaker, shaking up the earth. Break the little driver, it did what it should. That is what a Tuesday sounds like when it's good. 4 inches of speaker, and the park still remembers. on the bench with a crack down the middle. Playing the song like it's solving a riddle. Sound like a wasp in a jar full of pennies. Everybody dancing and there really are many. Body brought equipment, nobody brought money. That's how you know that the evening got funny. Rich kids ran a whole system in December. 50 people came and there's nothing to remember. We had a phone and a fence and a Tuesday. 200 strangers who all found the same way. Loud as it was, loud as the wanting. Everything else is just equipment and flaunting. Turn it up, it's gonna clip. Let it break, don't fix the trip. This session is a kind of yes. Smallest thunder makes the mess. Pocket thunder rattling the bench. Everything you know started from a tiny wrench. Nobody funded this, nobody approved. Bass in the speaker that was never built to move. Call it cheap. It moved 400 feet. That's the whole engineering of a street. Sub tries hard through a plastic grill. Low and bigger than the box can fill. Feel it breaking, love still.
Yeah, cop rolled by and he lowered his window. Listen for a second and he let the thing go. Even the Lord knows a good night when it's happening. Nothing about joy has ever needed a cabin. Battery died at 11:57. Everybody grown and the zombie sang 7. So if you're waiting on the money or the gear, on the perfect setup in the perfect right here.
The song doesn't care what it's coming out of. The people don't care, they just wanna be moved. Press play on the cheap thing, that's the proof. Thunder from a pocket, blowing out the scene. Everything expensive, never made a better scene. Nobody remembers what the system was worth. Bass through a phone speaker, shaking up the earth. Break the little driver, it did what it should. That is what a Tuesday sounds like when it's good. 4 inches of speaker, and the park still remembers.
She wrapped the whole gift and the gift that I wanted. Yeah. Bow on the box and the box has a history. Everything given in this family's a mystery. Mother gave me beauty and a bill in the lining. Told me be lovely and be endlessly shining. Never said cruel, she just handed me the pieces. Love in this house comes with barbs on the creases.
On with the pearls and it coming like a needle. Cousin who compliments the way that you feeble. I learned to say thank you with my jaw doing push-ups. Learned how a present can be somebody's hush up. Now when I give, I make sure it's just giving. Nothing in my ribbon has a hook in the living.
Pretty rap, careful hand. Nothing here is what it planned. Take it slow, don't reach in fast. Every kindness has a past. Barbwire ribbon, glittering and mean. Everything I open at a blade I hadn't seen. Nobody in that house ever gave without a fee. Based under the parlor like a one and under me. Call it generous, I'll call it a trade. That's the family I am made. Sub homes low way to rap in tears. Low end cutting through 100 years.
Feel the whole inheritance in your ears. Christmas last year and I brought nothing wrapped. Just showed up early and I helped and I napped. Mother looked confused at a love with no wire. Didn't know a warmth that arrives without hire.
That's the whole revolution and it took me a decade. Learning that a gift can be simply what's made.
And if your family taught you that affection has a price,
and every kind word came with a very small vice.
you can put it down, you don't have to pass it on. The ribbon ends with you when the wire is gone. Give something plain then keep giving on.
Ribbon made of barbed wire glistening in the light. Everything they handed me was tangled up inside. Nobody has to keep the pattern they were shown. Base beneath the wrapping paper cut into the bone.
Take the whole gift and just let it drop. That's exactly where the bleeding stops.
count starts at 1 and it always starts at 1.
Stadium stairs with the conga still sweating. Sun going orange on the promise I'm getting. 14 and I couldn't do a third of the flight. 28 now and I run it twice a night. Nobody watching, nobody counting with me. That's exactly why the numbers are city.
Halfway is a liar and it tells you it's over. 61 is where the story turns sober. Legs made a noise and the noise says quit it. Lungs made of paper and the paper admits it.
Still the foot lands and the number gets bigger. Nothing about climbing needs a reason or a trigger. 90, 91, don't stop. Everything he wants up top. Every 91, don't stop. Everything he wants up top. Nothing magic in the cloud. Just a foot and then a time.
99 steps,
breathing at the crest. Every single one of them is somebody's request. Nobody gets carried and nobody gets a lift. Bass in the stairwell like a shoulder to the drift. Count it to the end and then turn around. This is where the ordinary gets his crown.
Sub hits low on the 93rd. Low and louder than a spoken word. Feel the whole staircase getting hurt.
Top of the section in the city gets little. Every roof I couldn't reach is now in the middle. I won't take pictures cause the picture is the trouble. Turns a real thing into somebody's bubble.
Sit for a minute with my hands on my knees. Best silence I know is the one after these.
Into the one in step 11 going backwards. Who came out here to try and got handed an actual
Body that said no and a pride that said flee. 11 is a number, 11 is not a plea. Come back tomorrow, then make it 13.
That's a 99, burning in the shit. Everything I climbed today is somewhere I've been. Nobody applauded, and that's why it's mine. It's beneath the concrete like a signature in line. Turn around slowly, let the whole town slowly, let the whole town show. This is the only altitude I know.
The count ended at 99 and I'll start at 1.
I'll start at 1. Counting it at 99.
And I'll start at 1.
Tuesday in August, left it overnight and the neighborhood was honest. 4 sets of initials and a heart drawn crooked. One of them's mine and I'd do it if I took it again tomorrow. With the same shaking finger. Some things you write so the writing can linger.
2 of those kids are not living in the city. 1 of those kids are not living, that's the pity. Still her every morning, 1,000 feet pass over. Names of the dead getting walked on like clover. Nobody knows and I think that's the beauty. Being remembered without anyone's duty. Wet for an hour, hard for years. That's the math behind the tears.
Precedent while it allows. Permanence begins right now. Wet cement names drying in the sun. Everything we scratched in there lasted everyone. Nobody asked permission
and nobody asked why. Base beneath the shower like a decade going by.
Ride it while it's soft, that's the only rule. That's what the summer taught me after school.
Subset slow in the poor gray. Low and current till it's here to stay. Feel the whole block, refuse to fade away. Yeah.
Took my daughter there and I showed her the letters. Told her about Marcus in the way that he was better. That everything always and it never made me smaller. Some people raise you just by being a little taller. She put a small hand in a print that was mine. 2 generations in the very same line. And to whoever's waiting for a monument or a plaque. For somebody official to record you and look back. It's not coming, nobody's writing it down. So go find a wet thing somewhere in your town. Put your hand in it. That's a crime.
Names in the cement, holding through the rain. Everything we lost is in the sidewalk, in a lane.
Nobody maintains it and it never goes away. Base beneath the pavement where the initials stay. Press it in the soft part, that's the whole lot. That's a very cheap forever and a smart art. Somebody's finger stayed here and now my daughter's has too.
awake for 30 years. Fridge hums steady like a man who is patient. Rosa at the register and Rosa is ancient. Knows every kid on this block by their order. Knows who got out and who never crossed the border. Fluorescent buzzing on the floor, that's uneven. That's the whole cathedral that this street is believing. Guy comes in at 2 for a single cigarette. Rosa sells it to him and she doesn't forget. He lost his wife in the march that was brutal. Nobody says it cause the saying would be cruel. She just has a coffee and she doesn't charge for it. Kindness in the city is a very quiet forfeit. Bell rings, someone needs a thing. Nobody asks what they're carrying. Take the aisle, take the light. Everybody's welcome tonight. Nocturne Bodega, glowing on the corner. Everybody hurting, gets to be a customer. Nobody's a stranger at 3:15. Bass beneath the cooler like the hum inside of me. Buy a single item, stay a little while. That's the only medicine this block will find.
Sub-drone, slow through a humming case. Low end, holding up the whole place. Feel the fluorescent make a face.
Chips and a lottery ticket and a story. Rosa says her son is doing something in Missouri. Doesn't say she misses him, but the register knows. Everybody's grief has a place that it goes. Mine goes in a bag with a receipt that I crumple. Walk home, light it through a night that is humble. And when Rosa finally closes and the shutter comes down, when a bank or a chain takes the heart from this town, somebody will say it was just a small store. They will not know it was an emergency room door for everyone who needed a place at 4. Bodega in the nocturne, holding out the dark. Everybody wondering, can dock here and park? Nobody gets questioned and nobody gets sold. Base beneath the linoleum, warm against the cold. Take your single item, take a breath, take the aisle. That's the only church that's open in the smile. The bell over the door. It's still awake Ooh, roommate remembers more about us than we do. Tambourine broken in the corner since forever. Sticky vinyl seat and the buttons don't sever. Somebody's high note still living in the ceiling. Everything in here is a very old feeling. Number on the remote for a song we all murder. Nobody sings it well and nobody heard her. Yuki used to take the second verse always. Now she's in Osaka with a kid in a phase. Kenna still comes but he doesn't do the dancing. Summoned in his year, took away the chancing. Same room, same song, same fluorescent. Different people wearing all the same present. My past left, the circle holds everybody slightly up. Nothing here is what it was. Still we sing it just because. Karaoke Ghosts, sitting in the booth. Everybody younger still here as proof. Nobody moved out, they just stopped coming through. Bass beneath the speaker doing what he used to do. Sing the whole thing barely with the ones who stayed. That's the only money you meant we made. Suck thumb slow in a padded wall. Low and catching every fall. Fill the old room, hold us all. 2 in the morning and the tab is disgraceful. Everybody hoarse in a way that is graceful. Kenta did the dance at the end with a warning. Room came apart and it felt like a morning. Nobody filmed it, we just let it happen. That's the whole reason that a neck is still flattened. And to whoever aged out of the group that they had, who scrolls through the photos and gets quietly sad. Text the old number, it's still probably
the bar. Funeral Tuesday in the gym, open Wednesday. Everyone's at rest and I said that's the wrong day. Suit in the backseat and the trunk in the console. Body knows a language that the mouth can't control. Don't play society and the number doesn't matter. Just the way the metal makes the quiet get flatter. Mama said if I'm handling it acid mostly. She man, am I talking and I laughed her ghostly. I talk to the floor from a plank at 11. I talk to the ceiling from a bench with a 7. Nobody taught me how to open the chest, so we open the sternum with the bar and the rest. Weight goes up, the throat goes tight. Something leaves the ribs tonight. Not a workout, not a plan, just the only way I can to play grief sitting on my back. Everything I couldn't say is pressing on the rack. Nobody in here knows what I'm carrying today. Bass beneath the platform, doing what I can't say. Call it a workout. It's a funeral in gray. That's the only place I get to pray. Sub drops low with the bar on the floor, low and shake it through a swinging door. Feel the whole room grieve a little more. Got on the next rack, nodded at my failure. Didn't say a word, and that was a savior. Men do this thing where the silence is the hugging. Wrong, probably wrong, but it's what we've been lugging. Racked it, sat down, and I finally leaked something to it on my face, doing all of the speaking. And to my father, who is somewhere in this metal, who never said I love you, but who fixed every pedal. Every bike, every faucet, every car in the rain. I got the message, it arrived through the pain. I'll say it to my son in actual plain. Grief on two plates, humming in my spine. Everything unspoken is a weight I choose to sign. Nobody has to see it, that's the mercy of the room. Bass beneath the rubber like a heartbeat in a tomb. Rack it when you're finished and go home and be sad. That's the only way the weight comes off. I still don't cry much, but I rack the bar and breathe. I don't cry, I load the bar. I load the bar. Funeral Tuesday in the gym, open Wednesday. Everyone's at rest and I said that's the wrong day. Suit in the backseat and the trunk in the console. Body knows a language that the mouth can't control. Don't play society and the number doesn't matter. Just the way the metal makes the quiet get flatter. Mama said if I'm handling it acid mostly. She man, am I talking and I laughed her ghostly. I talk to the floor from a plank at 11. I talk to the ceiling from a bench with a 7. Nobody taught me how to open the chest, so we open the sternum with the bar and the rest. Weight goes up, the throat goes tight. Something leaves the ribs tonight. Not a workout, not a plan, just the only way I can to play grief sitting on my back. Everything I couldn't say is pressing on the rack. Nobody in here knows what I'm carrying today. Bass beneath the platform, doing what I can't say. Call it a workout. It's a funeral in gray. That's the only place I get to pray. Sub drops low with the bar on the floor, low and shake it through a swinging door. Feel the whole room grieve a little more. Got on the next rack, nodded at my failure. Didn't say a word, and that was a savior. Men do this thing where the silence is the hugging. Wrong, probably wrong, but it's what we've been lugging. Racked it, sat down, and I finally leaked something to it on my face, doing all of the speaking. And to my father, who is somewhere in this metal, who never
airplane. Grief onto plate humming in my spine. Everything unspoken is a weight I choose to sign. Nobody has to see it, that's the mercy of the room. Bass beneath the rubber like a heartbeat in a tomb. Rack it when you're finished and go home and be sad. That's the only way the weight comes off. I still don't cry much, but I rack the bar and breathe. The number landed. The number landed at 6:05. And the whole week changed shape. Phone buzz twice in the middle of a shift. Everybody checked, cause everybody felt the lift. Not a fortune, just a number that arrives. Somehow it's the reason that a whole family survives. Malik bought lunch for the guys on the line. That's a millionaire move on a very small dime. Rent, phone, power, then the part that's for living. $60 left and it's already forgiven. Mom gets 100 cause the 100 is a promise. Sister gets a jacket cause the winter was honest. Nothing left for me but a coffee and a plan. That's the whole arithmetic of being a man. Column left, column right, everything is tight tonight. Still there's music, still there's me, still a Friday on this street. Friday ledger, balance don't know. Everything I earned this week is running down a road. Nobody's investing and nobody's ahead. Bass in the kitchen while I'm slicing up the bread. Call it paycheck to paycheck, or call it a win. That's a week I gotta live in. Sub thump slow in a rented room, low and richer than the whole tune. Feel the Friday finally blue. Cousin thinks I'm broke cause I don't wear the labels. Nothing on my back but the food on 4 tables. That's a different math and it doesn't get posted. Body goes viral for a family that's hosted. Saturday morning with the coffee and the paper. Reaches that I feel is exactly right here later. And to whoever's doing math at 11 at night, moving the same $40 left and right. You are not failing, you are running a nation. Every single week with no vacation. That's competence, not desperation. Ledger on a Friday, tally to the bone. Everything I carried made it into somebody's home. Nobody counts, this is a thing that's well done. Bass beneath the table where there's food for everyone. Call the column empty, call the week complete. That's a full life on a very thin sheet. The number landed and I spent it all on people.
Four beeping in the language you want it. 2 in the morning is our version of morning. Pallet stack higher than the boss ever visits. Nobody upstairs has a clue what the risk is. Gloves worn through at the heel of the finger. That's the only trophy that they let us linger.
Rico brought coffee and he didn't take money. Mike's got a daughter and he calls her when it's sunny. We moved the whole country between mid and 97. Nobody thinks us, that's the deal with this heaven. Truck backs in and the whole floor is ready. Everything you own pass through hands is steady.
Steel door up, cold air in. This is where the days begin.
Not a hero, not a name. Still the country runs the same. Loading dock kings, crowned and fluorescent. Everything you order came through us in the present. Nobody sees it and that's how it's designed. Bass in the roller door like thunder in a mine. Call us the background, we're the actual floor. This is where our morning comes from, that's what for.
Sub rolls low through a metal round. Low and humming in the sodium lamp. Feel the whole warehouse pull us down. Break it 4 and we sit on the edge.
Feet hanging over like a bird on a ledge. Somebody's radio playing something from before. Everybody quiet cause the quiet is a store. We put it away and we go back and swing it. Nothing about this is a thing worth singing.
But somebody should sing it, so I guess it's on me.
For the guy in receiving who has kids at 3.
For the woman on nights who's been here since the flood.
This whole city runs on your sleep and your blood.
Somebody should say it, so I'm saying it good. Kings on a loading dock, dirty and away. Everything the city has, we handed it to take. Nobody writes it down, that's why I'm writing here. Base beneath the pavement in a low industrial gear. Call it just a job, I'll call it the spine.
Every morning in this town is mine, 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 mine. We were already there.
6 million people. Ooh, yeah.
6 million people, and every one of them is Opal.
Card on the reader and the gates of permission. Everybody moving in a beautiful precision. Man in a suit that had been pressed by his mother. Girl with a violin, she's holding like a brother. Nobody looks up cause the looking is expensive. Still I look up, that's my only offensive.
Nurse falling asleep with her badge still hanging. Whole shift written on the way that she's standing. Kid with a backpack that's too big for the body. Reading a book about a boy in the lobby.
Everybody here is a lifetime in transit. Nothing about ordinary ever was blandest. Gate turns another soul. Every one of them is whole. Nobody's a background face. Everybody takes up space.
Turnstile Halo, spinning through the crowd. Everybody passing as a story that is loud. Nobody announces it, that's the discipline of a town.
Face beneath the platform like a hand up on a crown.
Look at them once and the whole thing gets holy. This is what a morning is exactly.
And slowly.
Slow, slow, slow. Sub rolls low through the tunnel wall, low and holding up the whole hall. Feel the city carry us all.
Oh, yeah. Woman drops a glove and 3 strangers go get it. Nobody feels it and nobody regrets it. That's a real city and it never makes the paper. Just 1,000 small mercies from a person to a neighbor. I got off 2 stops early to keep walking. Whole day better from a thing without talking.
And if you feel invisible on a train full of others, certain that you're smaller than your sisters and brothers.
Somebody saw you today and they thought, there goes a person carrying a lot. You were never background, you were never not.
Halo on the turnstile, quiet as a breath. Everybody moving here is bigger than their step. Nobody will tell you, so I'm telling you instead.
Face beneath the escalator running overhead.
Look around once and ordinary shines. This is what a city is, it's lives, not lying. Try it, try it, try it.
6 million people.
6 million people, and I finally won.
6 million people. The escape was never for the fire. I am great, one from a day that was brutal. Cigarette, don't smoke, and the thought that is mutual. Somebody's dinner arriving through the window. Somebody's argument settling like a shadow.
4th floor, 4 feet of a private nation.
That's the entire state of my generation. Landlord says don't sit there, it's not for sitting. Landlord's not out here at the hour admitting. Every good conversation in my 20s happened out here for the price of a plenty. I'm nothing of a city of a night that was humid. Everything important got decided while stupid. Metal steps and
the iron slab. Low end shaking off the summer fat. Feel the whole building lean back.
Told my best friend out here that I was leaving. Told my mother out here that I wasn't believing in the thing that she raised me to carry like a crown. She cried on the phone and I watched the whole town not to be cold just because it was steady. Cities hold you up when you're not ready. And to whoever's out there on a step that's not theirs, smoking or not smoking, just avoiding the stairs that lead back to a room where the truth has to land. Take the extra hour, the night in the stands, coming when you're ready, not when it demands. Kingdom of the fire stare, cooling into blue. Everything I figured out was figured out up through. Nobody would call this an address or a place. Base beneath the fire door, humming in the space. Call it just a ladder bolted to a wall. That's the room that raised me after all. The escape was always for the person. My father's tape deck still knows a song I never knew.
Shoebox of plastic in a closet full of winter labels and handwriting from a man who was a printer. Play button sticky in the reels, don't hurry. Everything he loved is on a 90-minute word.
Nobody digitize it cause the hits is a story. Static is the part that carries all the glory.
Track 4 cuts out where he taped over a fight. You can hear a door close in the back of the night. I kept it like that, didn't clean it, didn't mend it. Some kinds of damage are the reason you defend it. Rewind with a pencil like the 90s taught me. That's the only church that my family brought me.
Full turns, the room gets old. Every hiss is something told. Nothing here was made to last. That's the reason it holds fast. Cassette Gospel playing out the dust. Everything he couldn't say, I write on magnet and on trust. No collection played and no aiming to give. Based under the tape, his teaching me to live. Call it low fidelity, I call it the whole. That's the father's handwriting pressed into a roll.
Sub warms up through a blown out deck. Low end older than the tape can protect. Feel a whole decade in your neck.
I put it in the car and I drove until it finished. 2 hours later and my anger had diminished.
He wasn't a talker and he wasn't a writer. He was a man who made a mixtape a little tighter.
Every song he picked is a sentence he attempted. That's the entire language and it's fully documented.
So if your people never told you what they meant, if the love in your house came in out in quiet increments, go look for the objects they were talking the whole time.
A tape, a tool, a recipe, a shoe left in the grind. Yeah.
That was a whole letter, that was a rhyme.
Gospel on a cassette, humming through the years. Everything unspoken is arriving in my ears. No pulpit in the world could ever do this job. Bass beneath the crackle like a hand around the side. Play it till the ribbon finally gives. That's the only way a quiet father lives. My father's tape deck taught me a song I finally love. There's a small chain animal on the shelf and watching. Grandmother's cabinet with the figurines waiting. Everything fragile and nothing hating. The dust and the daylight in the hands of a child. One of them's a wolf and the wolf is 9 miles. Painted with a snarl that they baked into the glaze. Kept it 70 years and it never got praised.
She was a woman that the family only called gentle. Man, she never argued and she never was central. But the wolf on the shelf was the one thing she purchased with her own money in a year that was worthless.
Nobody asked her why she picked a thing with teeth. Everybody's got a wolf living underneath. Play so smooth, draw so tight, something breakable can bite. Don't confuse a quiet shelf with a person's actual self. Ceramic wolf glinting in the glass. Everything they thought was soft was harder than the brass. Nobody suspected what she kept in the case. Base beneath the cabinet like a growl in a vase. Call it a knick-knack, call it what it means. That's a whole woman in between. Sub-hum slow through a china plate, low and rattling the estate. Feel the fragile thing dictate. When she died, they let me take exactly one item. Cause it took the silver and the pearls, I don't blame them. I took the wolf and it sits on my table. Every time I'm quiet, every time I'm not able to say the loud thing that I'm perfectly allowed to. I look at those teeth and I remember what she grew to. And to the women in your family, describe as sweet, who never raised a voice and never left a seat. Go look at what they bought when the money was their own. That's the actual person, that's the real bone. Sweetness is a room, it is not a home. Wolf me, ceramic, snarling on a shelf. Everything she swallowed, she preserved as something else. Nobody reads a cabinet, that's why it survived. Base beneath the china where a whole life was archived. Write it out, call it what it hid. That's exactly what she did. Gracious, call it what it hid. That's exactly what she did. There's a small china animal on my shelf and I'm listening, 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 listening.
My hands have been north since I was 11 years old.
Scar on the throne from a fence that said private. Learned about property the year I got violent. Nobody taught me a direction with a map, so I built one from bruises and a very short catalog. Point where it hurts and that's the way I've been going. Pain is a needle and the needle keeps knowing. Teachers use the word like potential like a weapon. Mention not enough but we notice a second. Fist in my pocket every time they said settle. Kept it there quiet cause I'm made of that metal. Every wall I met I found out where it thin. That's the kind of genius that they never rest in. Bearing set, no paper trail. Nothing here designed to fail. Hands know where the exit lives. Body is the map it gives. Knuckle compass pointing to the door. Everything I found because it hurt before. Nobody handed me a route or a sign. Based in the alley like a rumor in a line. Follow the ache and it always gets you free. That's the only navigation given to me. Sub grinds low through a chain link fence. Low end tracking down the whole defense. Feel the bruise become a consequence.
29 now with a house and a mortgage. Same two hands doing math on a shortage. I don't fight people, I fight the arrangement. Every clenched year became a rearrangement. Kids in the yard and they'll never know the reason. Daddy's hands are quiet cause he finished that season. And to whoever's got a map made a hurting, who reads their own body like a paper that's certain. It got you here and it's not a small feat, but you're allowed to unclench now. You're allowed to eat, put the fist down slow. Then find your street.
Compass and the knuckles worn down to the bone. Everywhere it took me was a place I made my own. Nobody drew this and nobody approved. Base beneath the sidewalk like a country being moved. Pointed out a life and it will get you there. That's the only inheritance I bear. My hands have been north and they finally set me down.
go inside it. Everybody laughs and then everybody's quiet. First 10 minutes are genuinely painful. Hands don't know where to sit and it's shameful. Then something opens like a window in April. Somebody talks and the talking is capable. Deshaun told a story that took 19 minutes. Nobody checked out and nobody was in it for the punchline. We were in it for the man. That's a thing I hadn't done since I began. Working, scrolling, optimizing, arriving. Nothing about that was a life that was surviving. No light, no buzz, no feed. Just the room and what we need. Nothing urgent, nothing new. Just a Tuesday coming through. Radio Silence Club, meeting every week. Everybody in here, their whole attention back to speak. Nobody's recording and nobody's aware. Bass in the floorboards and there's nothing in the air. Call it a gimmick, call it what it built. That's a friendship with no guilt. Sub hums low with the volume down, low and quieter than the whole town. Feel the silence wearing a crown. 3 hours gone and it felt like an hour. Left with the head that was strangely in flower. Picked up my phone and it didn't have magic. 41 notifications and not one was tragic. Walked in my car in a night that felt bigger. Nothing had happened, that's exactly the trigger. And to whoever's got 100 friends they never see, whose whole social life is a thumb and a fee. Put 7 names in a message tonight. Say my place, Thursday, no phones, no fight. Half won't answer, 3 will, that's right. Silence on the radio, meeting after dark. Everybody's whole self showed up and left a mark. Nobody performed and nobody was seen. Bass beneath the coffee table, humming in between. Call it doing nothing, that's the actual point. That's the only medicine in this joint. 7 of us left the room, and everyone was full. Something in me stopped being sour and started being strong. Battery leaking in a drawer full of maybes. Corded the springs in a ruined the paper. That's what a grudge does when you keep it in storage. Eats through the thing that was holding your courage. Threw the whole drawer out on a Sunday in April. Took me 9 years and it took me a table. Lemon in the mouth is a face that I made often. Anything bitter and I swallow and soften. Then somebody told me there's a scale for this feeling. One side is burning and one side is healing. Both of them strong, that's the part I was missing. Power's not the poison, it's the choosing and the listening. Acid burns, space does too. Difference is what runs through. Same intensity, new road. Same fire, different love. Alkaline running, cold and very clean. Everything corrosive got converted in between. Nobody softens, that's a lie they like to sell. You just change the chemistry you carry in as well. Call me caustic, I'll be caustic in the right. That's a whole different burning in the light. Sub eats low through the metal seam. Low and stripping down the whole regime. Feel the pH shift inside the beam. Gym at 6 and the anger's got a purpose. Same fuel, different container, different surface. I used to spend it on a text at 11. Now I spend it on a body in a 7. Nothing about me got gentler or quieter. I just stopped pointing the flame at the rider. And if somebody told you your anger is the problem, they were being lazy, they just didn't want to solve them. Solve the thing that made you into a fire. You don't need less heat, you need better wire. Keep the whole burning, just change the flyer. Running alkaline, humming in the blood. Everything that ate me is a levee on the flood. Nobody removed it, I just gave it a road. Base beneath the burning like a floor beneath the load. Call it what it is, it's the same old
yeah. Bum on my tongue and I'm playing in my jacket. Boy at the counter making noise like a racket. He doesn't know it, but the wiring is showing. Everybody sparks when the good thing is going. Cherry on the straw and I'm stirring it slowly. Nothing about tonight is remotely holy.
Girls at the table doing math on my grin and told them relax, I'm just barely beginning. He said my name wrong and I let it stay broken. Some kinds of wrong are the sweetest things spoken.
Neon on the cooler making everything peachy. Everything electric is delightfully reachy. Fizz and crackle, that's a sign. Every good thing hums a line. Don't correct it, let it hit. Sweetest signal starts like this. Sugar static buzzing on my teeth. Everything delicious has a current underneath. Nobody warned me that a crush could interfere. Bass in the linoleum arriving at my ear. Call it silly, I'll take silly any day. That's the only frequency I play. Hey, yeah.
Sub pops low through a soda machine. Low and sweeter than the thing I'm in. Feel the whole diner start to lean.
Walk to the bus stop with the street lights agreeing. Told him a story about a girl I've been being. He laughed at the part that I thought was a sadness. That's when I knew it was a very good madness.
Number on a napkin in a handwriting terrible. Kept it in the pocket like a thing that is wearable.
And to the girl who thinks that liking is a weakness, who plays it so cool that she vanishes in the sweetness. Let the signal show, let the static come out. Nobody good was ever won by a doubt. Say the loud thing, that's what mouths are about. Bow, 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 bow. Static made of sugar sparking on my hand. Everything I'm feeling is a country with no plan. Nobody looks cool when the wiring gets bright. Bass beneath the parking lot and I'm alright. Let it crackle, let it be a mess. That's the only kind of yes. That's the only kind of something sweet just lit the whole room up, room up, room up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. They built the whole highway, yeah, around a house that said no. Yes, 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 yes. Let's stay. Offer came in on a Thursday in paper. Number so big that it looked like a favor. Grandfather laid every brick in the building. Hands in the mortar in the hands of the ceiling. Everybody sold and the block got demolished. One house standing in the standing is polished. Layers came twice with a smile like a stapler. Third time it came with a much smaller paper. Told him the value would collapse if he lingered. He put the kettle on and offered them a finger. Sandwich and tea cause he's polite by construction. Pulling us as the wall, that's the family instruction. Bulldozer parked engine cold. Some things simply don't get sold. Not a protest, not a fight. Just a man who's sleeping right. Nail house standing in the middle of the plan. Everything they built had to bend around the man. Nobody made a speech and nobody made a sign. Base beneath the founders like a roof beneath the line. Call it stubborn, call it what it is. That's the only property that's his. Stop, stop. The only property that's his. Stop, stop. Say stop, stop. Subprime's low where the concrete curves. Low and holding what the deep reserves. Feel the whole highway lose its nerve. Let's nerve. Now there's a road that goes left for no reason. Drivers complain about it every single season. He died in the spring and we kept the house standing. Grandmother's roses on the ramp where they're landing. City sent a plaque and we told them to keep it. Some kinds of victory you don't want to repeat it. Evidence a thing in your life they keep pricing. Keep up for money for a thing they find enticing. It's allowed to be worth more to you than the market. It's allowed to be a room, a garden, and a carpet. Don't sell the brick, just don't sell the brick. House full of nails wedged inside the road. Everything they engineered still carries his load. Nobody won a war and nobody got rich. Face beneath the upper like a hand inside a ditch. Call it inconvenient, call it inward.
fast, everything urgent and nothing will last. Somebody's outrage arriving like weather. Somebody's vacation arranged to feel better than mine, than yours, than the day we are having. Nothing in the feed has a bottom worth grabbing. Body in a chair with a neck, there's a question. Eyes doing work that they never got a lesson for. 30 windows and I open them all. Can't remember one and I can't feel the wall. 15 years ago, I was born on a Sunday. Boredom was a guard, now it's a runaway. Scroll stops, the thumb still goes. Nothing here, the body knows. Tired in a brand new way. Nothing happens all the day. Bandwidth bruise, purple on the brain. Everything I looked and left a little bit of stain. Nobody assaulted me, that's the strange design. Base beneath the router like a headache in a line. Call it just a phone, it took my whole night. That's the kind of wound without a bite. Sub hums low through a sleeping screen. Low and quieter than the thing I've seen. Feel the whole nervous system lean. Put it in a drawer and I walked to the water. Took 20 minutes and I felt like a daughter of something older than a signal or a tower. Sky doesn't refresh and the sky has a power. Came back home and the phone was still lying. 50 notifications and not one was crying. And two others in bed with a light on their face. Certain they're connected, completely misplaced. Nothing in there's gonna hold you tonight. Get up, get water, get out of the light. It's not weakness, it's just appetite. Bruise on the band, aching in the eye. Everything I gave away was time I can't rebuy. Nobody stole it, I just handed it across. Space beneath the silence like a ledger of the lost. Put the small glass down and the night gets wide. That's the only bandwidth on my side. On my side. I've been awake for 1 hour, and I've been somewhere real. On my side. Every frequency can be traced back to its origin. Every life has a first signal, the transmission that started everything. I've been finding my way back to mine. Before the career, the catalog, the reputation, the mistakes and the hard-won corrections. Before all, but there was a first signal, a moment when something in me pointed at music and said, this is the direction. The signal was cleaner than anything I've made since, because it carried no agenda, no performance in it, no strategic consideration, no audience awareness whatsoever. The pure unmediated pointing of an interior compass at the thing it was made for. I've spent the entire career trying to get back to the quality of that first signal, not the naivety, the purity of the pointing before the career got his hands on it. The origin signal doesn't age, it stays exactly as it was when it fired. Every time I find my way back to it, the frequency is unchanged. Yeah, the whole career is a series of departures and returns to that original transmission, moving further out into the territory the signal was pointing at, and then returning to the origin to recalibrate the direction. The origin signal is the compass, everything else is the navigation. Using it, I followed it through decisions that made no external sense, because the signal was pointing clearly, and I learned to trust it over everything else. Find your way back to the origin signal. Before the career told you what to want and how to want it, the first pointing was the truest pointing. Return to it. Origin signal, the first frequency that fired clean.
Origin signal, the truest north in the whole navigation.
I wanna make something before the end of this career that carries the exact frequency of the origin signal in its finished form. The technical execution of everything the years of building produced, combined with the pure unmanipulated pointing of the very first transmission. The career has been the accumulation, capability to express the origin signal fully, not the replacement of the origin signal with something more sophisticated. The sophistication was always supposed to serve the original pointing, not redirected toward targets the origin signal was never aimed at.
The origin signal fires once with complete purity. Everything after is the attempt to express it fully.
The career is not the signal itself, it's the engineering built to finally deliver the signal completely.
Origin signal, the first frequency that vibe before everything else. The purest transmission before the career, before the audience, before the down. Origin signal, returning to the source to deliver it fully tonight. Everything the career built in service of the signal that started all of it.
The origin signal is still transmitting exactly as it was the first time it fired. Origin signal, first truest, the only direction that was ever real. This is where I started. Yeah, this is where I started. This is where it was. Always bow, bow, bow.
Newton first law, energy in motion stays in motion. Kinetic. Physics said an object moving tends to keep on moving, and every day I'm working is the evidence I'm proving. The law of the kinetic momentum isn't magic, it's the product of the daily practice and the tragic moments of resistance, overcome and overcome again. The kinetic energy builds in the equation and then compounds with every continuation. The hard parts to start. Kinetic everything accelerates from the first heart. First now is the hardest, static wants to stay static. The first one wants to stop, the first beat is erratic until the body finds its rhythm and the physics takes control. Kinetic living is the discipline of giving the whole self to the beginning so the momentum can be built. Kinetic energy is or not bestowed without the tilt or motion from the resting state. The resistance of the first is the price of all the kinetic that arrives to quench the thirst for momentum. Every morning is the reignition of the build. Every day a motion adds another field of kinetic to the total that carries me along. Energy in motion is the engine of the song. Physics working for me now that I'm in motion clean. The kinetic of a life committed to the unseen. Daily reignition, Newton's law applied to will. Energy in motion tends to stay in motion still. Every day I don't stop, builds the kinetic mass. Every day of inertia is the day the energy won't last. Into the next kinetic is the discipline of consecutive. Every day that I continue is the day that's definitive. Still in motion. Physics is my ally now. The research says that streets create their own momentum. Breaking the streak is the hardest thing. The datum of the kinetic broken costs more than the daily keep. The price of breaking motion is the mountain steep of recommencement. Every rest day is a calculation. Is the rest worth the cost of the momentum succession? Kinetic living isn't every day. It's the right rest and the right reignition. That's the kinetic test. Everything that spins keeps spinning in the vacuum. Everything in orbit keeps its orbit giving room. The kinetic of the universe is the most obvious proof that motion is the natural state. Chapter 1, the fall was hard and fast. Chapter 2, I swore it was the last time I tried, the last time I believed in something that I couldn't see. Chapter 3, the silence after loss. Chapter 4, I counted up the cost to stay him down and found it was too high. Chapter 5, I looked up at the sky. Comeback stories don't begin with comfort, they begin at rock bottom at the lowest. When the crowd is gone and quiet fills the room, and all you have is you and the assumed way to starting over, starting fresh. Pressing all the failures to your chest. Not ashamed but fuel, that's the twist. Every stumble added to the list of reasons why you know what not to do. The comeback story started there in you. Written in scars, every lesson learned. Written in scars, everything I earned. Written in scars, reading them as proof. Comeback is the ultimate truth. Comeback story, written in scars. Look how far I've come from where you are. Look how far I've come from where I was. Written in scars, this is what it does. Someone who refuses to stay down. Comeback story, every stumble's a crown in disguise. The scar tissue's strong. Comeback story, this is my song. Rise up, come back, rise up, never look back. Love a comeback, love the return, but only after all the lessons burn through the soul and leave you different. Something fundamental, something significant changed in you, refined in you. The comeback isn't going back, it's through to a version of yourself that's new and better for the fire you walk through. I wanna tell my younger self a thing or two, not to warn you, you needed every clue that the pain would give you. Not to save you, you needed every fall to build a character that answers every call. I just wanna say every single scar you're gonna wear is going to become your most important gear. Don't cover them, they're your credentials, your real degrees, your essentials. Comeback story, written in scars. Look how far I've come from where you are. Look how far I've come from where I was. Written in scars, this is what it does to someone who refuses to stay down. Comeback story, every stumble's a crown in disguise. A scar tissue strong. Comeback story, this is my song. Rise up, come back, rise up, never look back. Rise up, come back. You were wrong about me. We made it. Pull up to the scene with the windows down, bass so heavy that it shakes the ground. License plate vibrating on the back, subwoofer pushing through the trunk like that. Every traffic light becomes a concert hall. Hit the intersection, everybody stall. Not because I'm breaking, I just wanna hear the frequency that only I can engineer. Going with the bass was a language man, speakers stacks and hi-hats in the caravan. Granddad had a system in his old Chevy truck, bumping through the neighborhood, that was us. Passed it down like scripture, like tradition. Music in the bloodline, that's the mission. Every generation has another layer. We don't just hear music, we live in prayer. Born to bump, born to bump. Bass in my blood, can't get enough. Born to bump, born to bump. Feel it in your chest when the 808 drops. Bass in my blood, I was born to bump. Every single beat hits harder than a punch. Roll the windows down, speakers going wild. Bass in my blood since I was just a child. Born to bump, it's in the family tree. Bass in my blood, it's a part of me. Every bump and thump is a story told. That bass in my blood, let it hit you cold. Boom, 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 feel it. Boom, 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 real talk. Boom, 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 let it hit. Boom, 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 bass walk. Frequencies the doctors say ain't safe, but this is how I operate, this is how I bathe. In the low end, where the soul resides, where the real ones hold and the fake divides. Custom system took me 3 whole years. Every dollar, every late night, every year. Worth it when I hit the highway stretch. Nothing else compares to the bass I fetch. Have you ever heard the quiet when the bass just goes away?
addiction, call it love. Either way the bass fits like a glove. You can't explain to someone who ain't felt it once it's in your blood. Nothing can melt it. Bass in my blood, I was born to bump. Every single beat hits harder than a punch. Roll with the windows down, speakers going wild. That bass in my blood since I was just a child. Born to bump, it's in the family tree. It's a part of me. Every bump and thump is a story told. That bass in my blood, let it hit you cold. Bass in my blood. Always. There are nights when everything goes wrong, and all you need is just one song. I've been carrying this weight for too long. Try to fake a smile and play strong, but something in the music changed my mind. Left the heavy feelings far behind. Walked into the crowd and felt the beat. Underneath my skin, beneath my feet. Something woke up, something came alive. Dancing through the dark is how I survive. Strobe lights painting shadows on the wall. Hands above my head and feeling tall. Every problem shrinking with the bass. Sweat and tears and joy all in one place. Life's been complicated, that's okay. Some nights you just gotta dance away. Not running from it, meeting it head on. Moving through the darkness toward the dawn. Electric soul, electric soul. Let the music make you whole. Electric soul, electric soul. Lose control and find control. Dance through the pain, electric soul. Let the bass line take you. Lose control. Every heartbeat synced up to the sound. Dance through the pain, don't you look down. Electric soul, electric soul. This is how the broken become whole. Raise your hands up, feel the rhythm flow. Dance through the pain, let it all go. Electric soul, electric soul, electric soul. Somewhere on the floor between the lights, someone just like me is fighting fights. We don't have to speak to understand. Sometimes healing comes from dancing hand in hand. Strangers become family in the sound. Everybody hurting, everybody found. Beautiful disaster on the floor. Dancing till we feel like something more. If you're broken tonight, if you're losing the fight, just let the music in, let the rhythm begin. We don't gotta fix it all right now. We just gotta let the music show us how to breathe again, how to feel again. Dance through the pain, electric soul. Let the bass line take you. Lose control. Every heartbeat synced up to the sound. Dance through the pain, don't you look down. Electric you made it through because of this song.
K-pop groove underneath it all.
Bass drop can come.
808 city lights, K-pop bass drop grew the night of 1,000 windows glowing in the 808 light. Every bass is synchronized with every neon sign. 808 city lights, K-pop bass drop grew the night. In the way the city and the 808 agree, heavy K-pop bass drop the decree that the night belongs to those who feel the 808. 808 city lights, K-pop bass drop grew. City lights and 808s were always meant together. 808 city lights, K-pop bass drop grew forever. The visual memory of every night drive done right. K-pop heavy 808, the light. It's not just neon, it's the bass frequencies glowing. 808 city lights, K-pop bass drop, knowing that the city at its best is always bass lit.
808 city lights, K-pop bass city.
808 drop, city glows. K-pop groove, everybody knows. Heavy bass beneath the lights. 808 city perfect night. 808 city lights, K-pop bass drop groove move. Every 808 hit finding its groove. 808 city lights, K-pop bass drop groove right. Heavy K-pop 808 city light. 808 city lights, K-pop bass drop wheel. Every bass drop making the city real. 808 city lights, K-pop bass drop on. 808 city lights, K-pop together. City confirmed, 808 present.
K-pop bass groove, the urban testament.
The 808 was built for cities just like this one. 808 city lights, K-pop bass drop groove. The sun can't compare with what the 808 and neon made. Heavy K-pop city bass. 808 city lights is not a place, it's a feeling. 808 city lights, K-pop bass the ceiling of what the night can offer when the bass is right. K-pop heavy 808.
The hype.
A urban sonic experience in one drop. 808 city lights, bass groove non-stop. City lives inside the 808 tonight.
808 city lights, 808, 808.
808 drop, city glows. K-pop group, everybody knows. Heavy bass, people meet the lights.
808 city lights.
808 city lights, K-pop bass drop, boom boom, baby run around. Take off when the nips groove, boom. 808 city lights, K-pop bass drop, boom right. Heavy K-pop 808 city lights. 808 city lights, K-pop bass drop, boom. Every bass drop making the city real. 808 city lights, K-pop bass drop, boom. 808 city lights, K-pop, come home. City night complete. 808 resting until tonight.
K-pop bass groove,
The memory. The lights were on for the bass.
Haute couture doesn't whisper.
It drops,
Glam trap, heavy bass,
enter. Haute couture bass, heavy trap, glam the tear. Where fashion and the bass frequency are clear. About the difference between ordinary sound and haute couture bass. Heavy trap, glam, profound. In every stitch of sonic detail, every drop precise. Heavy trap and haute couture. The price of excellence is paid in every heavy bar. Haute couture bass, heavy trap, glam, the star. Glam is not an accident, it's engineered. Haute couture bass, heavy trap, glam, revered by those who understand the craft behind the bass. Heavy trap and haute couture, the space where the art is in and the artists are the same. Haute couture bass, heavy trap, glam, the name for music zone with the same care as the finest gown. Haute couture bass, heavy trap, the crown. Glam and bass, hand in hand. Haute couture, the promised land. Heavy trap meets fashion's best. Bass couture, above couture, bass, heavy trap, glam. Define every heavy bass note, crossing every line. Haute couture, bass, heavy trap, glam. Refine, fashion in the heavy trap, intertwine. Haute couture, bass, heavy trap, glam. Shine. Glam and bass and heavy trap, by design. Haute couture, bass, heavy trap, glam. Mine. Haute couture, bass, heavy trap, glam. Divine. Blam, 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 confirmed. Trap delivered. Blam, 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 haute couture, bass, say the gold standard. The audio works in silence, the bass works loud. Haute couture, bass, heavy trap, glam the crowd. Recognizes excellence when the drop arrives. Heavy trap and haute couture, the lives. Haute couture for those who know the difference. Haute couture, bass, heavy trap. The insistence on quality in every note and every beat. Glam and heavy trap and bass, complete. Nothing rush, nothing cheap, nothing less than right. Haute couture, bass, heavy trap. The height of sonic fashion crafted at the highest level. Haute couture, bass, heavy trap, the treble. Haute couture, bass, heavy trap, glam. Define every heavy bass note, crossing every line. Haute couture, bass, heavy trap, glam. Refine, fashion in the heavy trap, intertwine. Haute couture, bass, heavy trap, glam. Shine. Glam and bass and heavy trap, by design. Haute couture, bass, heavy trap, glam. Mine. Haute couture, bass, heavy trap, glam. Divine. Haute couture session ends. Glam preserved in the frequency. Heavy trap, the finest work. Bass couture, forever.
Below the threshold of hearing, above the threshold of feeling, street control begins. The bass frequency, street control, the low below the music, deeper than the flow of every other frequency that claims the air. Sub-bass frequency, street control, down there. Where the walls vibrate and the chest cavity fills with the pure sub-bass that overrides the chills of ordinary sound. This is the foundation.
Free street control, the nation.
Street control is knowing which frequency rules. Sub-bass frequency, shoot the jewel of the deep end, the infrasonic edge. Sub-bass frequency, the plan of total sonic dominance from the bottom up. Sub-bass frequency, street control, fill up every space with the low end that commands. Sub-bass frequency, street understands. Sub-bass deep, street locked in, frequency control begins. Low end ruling everything. Sub-bass makes the whole street sing. Sub-bass frequency, street control, own it. Every sub-bass note, street knows it. Sub-bass frequency, street control, feel it. Heavy sub-bass in the chest, reveal it. Sub-bass frequency, street control, hold it. Every deep frequency, unfold it. Sub-bass frequency, street control, rules. Sub-bass and street, the ultimate tool. Street control, sub-bass frequency on the space. Even the texture bends to the sub-bass frequency, street control, the hub of every sonic experience lived outside. Heavy sub-bass to the city's deepest sky. Most systems can't reproduce what sub-bass does. Sub-bass frequency, street control, because the low end is the truth beneath all of the sound. Heavy sub-bass frequency, the ground from which all of the music gets its power. Sub-bass frequency, street control, the sound of sonic sovereignty built from the bottom. Sub-bass frequency, street out of sky built. Sub-bass frequency, the ultimate tool. Sub-bass frequency, street control, own it. Every sub-bass note, street knows. Sub-bass frequency, street control, feel it. Heavy sub-bass in the chest, reveal it. Bass frequency, street control, hold it. Every deep frequency, unfold it. Bass frequency, street control, rules. Sub-bass and street, the ultimate tool.
Frequency withdrawing. Street returns to baseline. But the
Sub-bass memory lingers in the walls, in the chest, in the street itself.
Trapped in the red line, that's heavy trap, the racing pulse can wins. Pedal down, bass up the combination, fire speed, bass, heavy trap, the racing pulse requires all attention forward, every sense on edge. Heavy trap and racing speed, the promise and the pledge, a maximum velocity in every bass born beat. Speed, bass, heavy trap, the racing pulse complete. Tachometer climbing bass, matching every rail. Speed, bass, heavy trap, the racing pulse ahead. No deceleration in the frequency in the gate. Speed, bass, heavy trap, the pulse won't decay. Every level pattern of the bass note and the speed. Heavy trap and racing pulse, everything I need. Red line bass, racing mind. Speed and trap intertwined. Heavy pulse, no holding back. Speed, bass, blazing down the track. Speed, bass, heavy trap, racing pulse. Heavy bass, no pushing through the night. Speed, bass, heavy trap, racing pulse. Go hard, every bass drop, launching like a racing car. Speed, bass, heavy trap, racing pulse. We fly, heavy trap and racing bass beneath the sky. Speed, bass, heavy trap, racing pulse. Stay fast, racing heavy bass, built to last. Racing pulse, heavy stretch bass, peaking at the max. Speed bass, heavy trap, the racing pulse track. Every shift, every drop, every beat in line. Heavy trap, the racing speed, the finish and the sign. They said the speed would break the bass apart. Speed bass, heavy trap, the racing hard. Proves them wrong with every drop and every run. Heavy trap, a racing pulse, never done. Bass and maximum velocity on fire. Speed bass, heavy trap, racing high. Heavy trap, racing pulse, ignite. Every heavy bass note pushing through the night. Speed bass, heavy trap, racing pulse. Go hard, every bass drop, launching like a racing car. Speed bass, heavy trap, racing pulse. We fly, heavy trap and racing bass beneath the sky. Speed bass, heavy trap, racing pulse. Stay fast, racing heavy bass, built to last.